Hello there. It turns out that the EU is making preparations for the UK to remain as a member of the bloc. Under the terms of Article 50 of the Lisbon Treaty, it is possible for the 2-year negotiation period to be extended, but only if the UK and the other 27 member states agree unanimously within the European Council to do so. That would mean the Prime Ministers of all remaining 27 EU member states and that of the UK would have to agree. The UK cannot do it alone. The EU Commission cannot do it alone. The EU Parliament cannot do it alone. The UK Parliament cannot do it alone. And the UK Government cannot do it alone. Unanimity across the board is required. So how come The Independent is reporting that the European Council is drawing up plans for the possibility of the UK still being in the EU after Brexit Day at 11 p.m. on March the 29th, 2019? This, it seems, is all based on the stall in the talks over the Northern Ireland border, and I'm assuming that they think that if a deal isn't reached, then we will have to extend. You have to also bear in mind that these sorts of plans are not drawn up in isolation. They will have had some sort of preliminary talks with the UK side, even if off the official record. One wonders if these are the sorts of discussions that the Remoaners have been having with the likes of Barnier all along. And the Remoaners say they respect the will of the people. Hogwash. They must despise the people. It will, though, as the newspaper says, also require the UK to hold EU MEP elections in May next year, should the delay be of any significant length. These are elections we should not be participating in, but it is now no wonder that we hear stories of money being put into a pot for EU elections just in case. Then the UK would of course be drawn into another EU budget period with serious ramifications of having to keep paying into the EU coffers for a few more years. It will also give any non-UKIP MEPs the chance to sign us up to as much UK sovereignty damaging legislation as possible in the process, and any snap general election in the interim to try and see off the UKIP fox completely and muddy the waters would be a great boon to the Remoaners. Do not be fooled, this is a kite being flown to gauge public reaction, to see if it's something they can get away with. It is now beyond doubt that the Remain establishment is hell-bent on getting us as closely knit into the fabric of the EU as it can. Trust no one, especially those that have to say, "I wanted Remain, but I will respect the will of the people." They won't. And if the EU is the one angling for an extension, then the UK needs to play hardball and get as much out of the EU as possible. And this report comes on the heels of a shady meeting in Europe House of Remainers, including the Tory Brexit rebel Dominic Grieve. This meeting was slammed by the UKIP leader Gerard Batten, who said that it defied belief for Dominic Grieve to claim he was not looking to stymie Brexit, when just a few hours after trying to do just that in Parliament, he is meeting with individuals and groups committed to overturning the referendum result. This is like a rerun of 1972, when an unholy alliance of Tory, Labour and Liberal MPs manoeuvred the House of Commons into taking us into the European Economic Community. Now, 46 years later, we are in grave danger of seeing the same thing in reverse, he said, going on to say that equally worrying is the EU's involvement in this cabal seeking to subvert democracy. By allowing their London headquarters to be used to hold this meeting, the EU have once and for all proved they are providing resources to groups meddling in Britain's democratic process. And he continued by pointing to the suspicions we had of an enemy within working towards overturning the referendum result, and that it was increasingly evident that the efforts are highly organised and coordinated throughout sections of the establishment. Seeking to subvert democracy is a dangerous game, he said, as it will destroy all trust the public has in our democratic system. The EU referendum brought many people who had either never voted before or who had not voted for many years into the political game. They were engaged as never before, but as these new voters see democracy being subverted, you will see them doing what the establishment wants them to do. Never vote again, because the establishment doesn't like surprises. Just look at the turnout in yesterday's by-election. It was just 33.3%. During a heavily politicised time, with the amount of effort put into the by-election by all the candidates and their parties, as well as the fascist actions of factions on the left to shut down free speech there, you would have thought that political engagement would be high. And it would have been if democracy was seen by ordinary voters as worth pursuing. But one has to truly wonder if that is now the case. So please let us all know what you think by leaving a comment below. Thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.